This is the Transformers Generations War for Cybertron Trilogy Siege Voyager class Autobot Springer. The figure is part of the third wave of these Voyager class figures for the Siege toy line. And I picked up this figure at Our Toys. Here's a look at the packaging. Fantastic box art. And he's looking so much like his G1 self back in the 80s. Sure, there's some weathering and some deviations here and there, but the old G1 Springer looked very Cybertronian, so this was probably an easy figure to design by Hasbro and Takara Tomy. Probably the only figure I was very excited and looking forward to in Wave 3 of the Siege Transformers. So let's get him out of packaging. And here is Springer out of packaging, and he looks great. I mean, the colors could be a little bit more neon for him to be a very accurate G1 Springer in terms of colors, but the whole color ensemble, head sculpt, body sculpt, transformation, details of the figure, I absolutely love it because this is the closest to getting a G1 Springer that Hasbro has given us in the Generations line. I absolutely love the G1 aesthetic of this figure. Wow. And he's not as small as I thought he would be. I thought it would be the size of the deluxe class, but he's pretty good. It's pretty hefty. Look at that. He's got some weathering on him, on the chest. He's got some silver paint. It's like chipped off paint. They made it look like it's been chipped off. Like here in the front part, like the bumper of the car, or in the helicopter, he's got some weathering there. On his shins, yeah, he's got some weathering right there on the back. Very, very nice. So as you can see, he's holding a pair of swords, which will become his rotor blades in helicopter mode. Very nice. Made of softer, it's not soft PVC material, but it's a little softer than the usual stiffer plastic that they used. It's a little bit plain. It's unpainted. Design looks great though, but I wish they could have put a little bit of silver paint on it, like that paint they used there. That's pretty cool. You can store the swords right here. You can store them downwards like this, like how normally a sword is carried, but either way, it should be fine. He comes with two blaster pistols, which you can mount on the back. You can mount them on his shoulders if you want to, or you can have him hold them as pistols on his fists. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. The rotor blades, you can stay here or any of the pegs. In helicopter mode, they stay like that. Take that off for the time being. So great sculpt, great paint apps. Loving this figure so far. Head sculpt, that's as G1 as it gets, folks. Very, very nice. I didn't have any much complaints with the paint apps. Articulation, it's got a ball jointed neck. Waist swivel goes only up to like here and there. That's about it. Can't do much, like 90-degree turn. Shoulders can go in and out because of a hinge. There's another hinge to rotate it forward and backward. Bicep swivel, hinge elbow, as you can see, goes all the way up to here and here. You could probably go, no, it just stops right there. I thought this shoulder piece was hindering it. No, it's not. And he's got some wrist swivels. These were not necessary to transformation, but Hasbro added them nevertheless, so that's great. Ball hinge hips go this way, this way, this way. Thigh swivel. Hinge knees. It's not double jointed, that's just transformation. The knees just bend up to there, about 110, 120 degrees. And feet can go up and down, toes, and then some rocker pivots because of transformation. So all in all, great figure, great start for this figure. Awesome sculpt, paint apps, articulation, so far, so good. And for comparison, here he is with IDW Voyager class Springer. It's not to take anything away from this figure, it's great, but between the two aesthetics, I actually prefer the G1 aesthetic. The original IDW Voyager class Springer from the 30th anniversary is about 6 3/4 inches tall, whereas the Siege Voyager class Springer is about 6.5 inches tall. So let's transform Springer. He comes with a nice set of instructions, very, very helpful. So first thing you want to do, we got to get him into his land vehicle mode, or the armored car, Cybertronian armored car alt mode. Then we'll get him into his helicopter alt mode. First thing you want to do, you want to detach this part from the arm assembly, so you can free up the arm, untab them from the back, from the clear plastic that's been painted right there. It's a weird kind of L-shaped tab that you have to negotiate that. It's a weird tab. I mean, I tried. It's a very difficult tab to tab in, but just take it out like that. Okay, go ahead and open this up. Open up these flaps. They do love to pop off. I don't know why. Just tab them right back. Okay. Don't know what's okay right there. All right, and then just what am I doing? Okay, just rotate that head assembly like that. Go ahead and cover it up. Here's the tricky bit. You gotta slide this whole hood assembly underneath this sort of where the canopy is, where the cockpit is. Slide it underneath like that. And wait. Sorry, you gotta tab it in like that. Slide it and tab up like that. So I hope everybody got that. Slide these sort of tabs right there underneath that neck right there, and then tab in like that. So that's that. Okay, now transform the arms. Go ahead and unfold these pieces and then rotate that whole shoulder piece right there. He's gonna grab those pegs right there underneath his fists. Go ahead and do the same on the other side. Go ahead and rotate. He's gonna grab them like that. That's all set and ready to go. Okay, now these pieces, they go unfold this way. Go ahead and unfold the spoiler like that. Tab it back in. Come on. Okay, like that. And then the instructions say, what do the instructions say? Do this and flip the whole leg assembly like this. Okay, now don't bend it, my bad. Okay, and then they should stay on like that, and then like that, and that hinge underneath the knee. And then you're gonna want to tab them together. Go ahead and put this right here. Tab this on the roof. You can see the car parts getting all fixed up, making sense right now. And then all you have to do is just push the whole shoulder assembly all the way up like that. Whole idea is for this tab to straighten out and tab right here at the back of his forearm. So what you want to do is you want to lift all that assembly up right there, tab it in just like that. Okay, and there you go. There is the car mode or land vehicle mode for Springer. And he does not roll well. Everything's scraping the ground, like this part, and this part. There is like 0.5 millimeter of clearance, and it's very annoying. It just scrapes the heck out of everything. So what can you do, right? And then the weapons, you can sort of combine them. Okay, sort of combine them like that. Put the swords right here, and he's got his tank cannon right there. Kind of funny looking tank cannon, but no, this is good as it gets, as it is. So pretty cool, very nice, very G1-esque looking. Yeah, it's okay. And for comparison, here he is with the IDW Springer in car mode. Yeah, this one is really the G1 car mode, or Cybertronian armored car mode. This is more like an Earth-based alt mode. Yeah, I know this spoiler should be like that, but I prefer them this way. Yeah, they're good size, almost the same size. He just feels a little bit heftier, but he does feel heavier. He looks bulkier, but weight-wise, I'm very surprised at how heavy this new Springer is. Yeah. Looking good. Looking good all around. Very nice. And to comparing with other vehicles here they are with the Deluxe Class Siege Prowl. So it's a good Voyager class size figure, even in alt mode. And now to transform him into his helicopter mode, it's best to do so when he is from car mode, getting him into helicopter mode, because it's essentially this form. You just have to move the arms and the legs. So on tab here, go ahead and detach these pieces. Okay. And then what you want to do, you want to open up the forearm like that. Fold these side wings out. Go ahead and pop them out. Just slide them out right there. Rotate. And they should, rotate like this. They should cover part of the wheel. Like that. Okay? Do the same on the other side. And tab. And slide out. And come on. Okay. Like that. Okay. And those are good to go. Okay, they should stay like that. Okay. For the feet, it's a little tricky. I'm gonna do this. Do that. No, sorry, my bad. Do this and then swing out. You want to swing out these pieces right here where the feet are. Okay, like that. Go ahead and swing the hinges, the ankle hinges like this, the prone position. Okay, then what you want to do is you want to rotate the thighs first like that. Okay, then rotate these like that. Okay, then what you want to do is you want to fold up the feet like this. Okay, and they're supposed to go flush like that. Okay, and then these pieces, they're supposed to extend like that, and then what you want to do, fold the hips together like that. Now it makes more sense. Okay, my bad. Okay, like that. And that's the tail end of the Cybertronian would-be helicopter. Okay, and then this, what you want to do is you want to tab this whole section right here. It's a very tight fit. You want to raise that double hinge right there. You want to pop it back right there. And you want to tab it in like that. That's very important when you're transforming him back into robot mode. So before because when I got him into robot mode, when I got him into helicopter mode, I was like, I could not, for the life of me, transform him back into his robot mode. And I forgot to untab that portion. So just be wary of that right there. It's a very, very tight fit. So yeah. Okay, all that's left is for the arms to go here. Or yeah, pop them like that. Slide them like that. And then tab here. Come on. Okay, right there. And there you go. That's the basic helicopter. Alt mode. And then the propellers. I'm going to do this and this. Okay. And then we'll mount them like this all the way in. And it should be fine. It should rotate nicely. And the guns I mount here off to the side. Okay, like that. And there you go. It's actually pretty cool. Very G1, and this is sort of how he looked like as a Cybertronian helicopter back in the day. The rotor blades, they spin nicely. Pretty cool. And for comparison in helicopter mode, here is the IDW Springer again. In helicopter mode, I know I have to push this thing all the way in as well as, but I didn't want to because I was afraid it was gonna get stuck. And I'd forgotten how awesome the helicopter mode of this figure looked like. In car mode, I think this one beats this one. But in helicopter mode, I think the IDW Springer beats the Siege Springer. I mean, yeah, I get it. This was the G1 helicopter. I mean, this is how it looked like back in the day. It was really just a very spindly car that had helicopter blades, and this one just really looks so cool, like a drop ship, fight the aliens and all that. And for size comparison with another Voyager class figure in alt mode, this is Cyclonus, Combiner War Cyclonus. Wow, look at the size difference of that. Yep. So final thoughts on the figure. It's a great figure. I love the G1 aesthetic, colors, sculpt, and articulation and details of the figure. It's a great homage to the Springer back in the 80s in Generation 1. If you're a big fan of that era, of this character during that time, this figure is an absolute must-have. Needless to say, the IDW comic book iteration is not as bad, but for me personally, this is my Springer. The figure is going to get a 9.5 out of 10. That tricky bit of transformation brought the grade down, but it's a great figure. Best of luck to everybody hunting him down, and hope you've enjoyed this little video review. This has been the Transformers Generations War for Cybertron Siege Voyager class Springer. Thanks for watching.